Welcome to my pre-algebra class. We are on Chapter 9, Section 5C and 9, Section 9.6. 9.5C is covering how to change percents to decimals and then decimals back to percents. If I want to change a percent to a decimal, remember a percent says compare me to 100 or divide me by 100. So if I have a percentage and I just want to get it to a decimal, I just move the decimal point 2 places to the left. So 5%, decimal would be at the end. I'd move it 2 to the left, and it'd be 0.05. 34%, move it 2 to the left, 0.34. 0.08%, move it 2 to the left. I would have to add 2 zeros on the left, so it'd be 0.0008. 200%, move it 2 to the left. That would be the number 2. 0.008%, move it 2 to the left, and it would be 0.00008. If I have a decimal and I want to change it to a percent, I multiply by 100, so I would move the decimal 2 to the right. So this is 90%. 0.9 is 90%. If I have 0.06, 2 to the right would be 6%. 0.003, 2 to the right would be 0.3%. 6, move it 2 to the right, multiply by 100 would be 600%. Same with 9, 2 to the right, 900%. And 0.7444, 2 to the right, would be 74.44%. You've memorized the fraction decimal equivalents. They correspond to percents too. So if you take a look at this, if I have 20%, that's 0.2, which you memorize as 1/5. 25% is 0.25, which is 1/4. 12.5% is 0.125, which is 1/8. 16 2/3% is 0.16 repeating, or 1/6. 40% is 0.4 or 2/5. 50% 0.5, 1/2. 37.5% is 0.375, which is 3/8. 33 1/3% is 0.3 repeating, which is 1/3. 60% is 0.6, which is 3/5. 75% 0.75, 3/4. 62.5% is 0.625, or 5/8. 66 2/3% is 0.6 repeating, or 2/3. 80% is 0.8, which is 4/5. 100% is 1. 87.5% is the 0.875, which is 7/8, and 83 1/3% is 0.83 repeating, which is 5/6. So if you know your decimals and your equivalent fractions, you also will be able to figure out your percents. Section 9.6 begins the word problems, percent word problems. We're going to be finding a percent of a number, and I'm going to use the equation method, where I translate everything in the English sentence into a math equation. So if it says find 30% of 280, we always take the percent and change it to a fraction or a decimal. We never use the percent as given. Of is always multiplication, and then 280 equals something. So 30% is 0.3, decimal is fairly easy to work with, times 280. And multiply that out. We get 0.3 times 280, and 30%, about a third, of 280 is 84. The next one says what number, so that's x, is the equal sign. 64%, change it to a decimal, 0.64, 2 to the left. Of means to multiply. I'm just going to use parentheses. So 0.64 times 75 would be 48. And the last one, example, 33 1/3%. I can't use the decimal here because 1/3 is 3 repeating. So I'm going to use the fraction. So what number x is equals 33 1/3% from the list of fraction equivalents to the percentages, or this is 0.3 repeating. We know it's 1/3. Of means to multiply by 12, and I could put it over 1. I can cancel, and 33 1/3% of 12, or 1/3 of 12, is 4. We're ready to do the assignment. So you need to get your worksheets out and a sheet of notebook paper headed, skip a line that titles worksheet percents to decimals, and worksheet 115. The first set of problems, we're going to change each percent to a decimal. So 55%, move it 2 to the left, is 0.55. Problem number 4, 5%, move it 2 to the left, it's 0.05. Number 6, 18%, move it 2 to the left, it's 0.18. Number 8, 6%, move the decimal 2 places to the left, is 0.06. Number 10, 11.5%, move it 2 to the left, is 0.115. Number 12, 30%, 2 to the left, is 0.3. 14, 1%, move the decimal 2 to the left, is 0.01. The next set of problems, we're changing each decimal into a percent, so that's multiplying by 100. So we move 2 to the right, so that's 75%. Number 18.4, move it 2 to the right, is 40%. Number 20.14, move the decimal 2 to the right, 14%. 22, 0.003, move it 2 to the right, and it's 0.3%. 24, 0.076, move the decimal 2 to the right to get it to the percents, 7.6%. 26, 0.36, move it 2 to the right, is 36%. 28, 0.057, move it 2 to the right, is 5.7%. 30, 6.4, move it 2 to the right, we'll have to add a 0, at 640%. 32.21, move it 2 to the right, 21%. 34.48, move it 2 to the right, is 48%. And that concludes the evens for that worksheet. And then worksheet 115, problem number 2, translate it into a math problem. What number is x? Is equals 80%, we'll use the decimal for that, 0.8. Of means to multiply 250. So using our calculator, 0.8 times 250 equals 200. So x equals 200. Problem number 4, what number, x, is 2%, change 2% to a decimal, 0.02 of 2,550. So we take 0.02 times 2,550, and our answer is 51. Problem number 6, what number is x equals 15%, the decimal for 15% is 0.15, of times 940. So we take 0.15 times 940, and our answer is 141. Problem number 8, what number is 60% of 1900? So x is the equal sign, 60%, change it to 0.6 of, multiply 1900. So 0.6 times 1900. And 60% of 1900 is 1,140. Problem number 10, what number, x, is equals 40%, 0.4 of 220 times 220. So 0.4 times 220 is 88. Problem number 12, 75%. So I change it to a decimal, 0.75 of 890. So we're multiplying that by 890. Is the equal sign, what number, x? So we're just translating the English into math from left to right. So take 0.75 times 890, and we get 667.5 is equal to x. 20%, 0.2 of, multiply 1,225 is equals what number, x? So take 0.2 times 1,225, and our answer is 245. So 245 is 20% of 1,225. Number 16, 5%, that would be 0.05 of times 100 is equals what number, x? So take 0.05 times 100, and our answer is 5. Number 18, 1% would be 0.01 of times 1,860 is equals what number, x? So 0.01 times 1,860 equals 18.6. Problem number 20, 30%, 0.3 of 250 times 250 is equals what number, x? So we take 0.3 times 250, and our answer is 75. That concludes the evens that I want you to do from worksheet 115, so stop with number 20. Be sure and check your answers on your worksheet as you do the odds.